best part of waking up, salmon in your mouth. Except I've already been up for hours. Hello everyone and welcome to Saturday. It's noon-ish, it's like 12:40. I actually got up pretty early, had some toast, had some coffee, got to work on things pretty early just because I woke up before my alarm went off and I couldn't really sleep. And it was only like an extra 90 minutes, and I was like, I'll get up and start working on stuff. So I took care of some stuff in the kitchen, took care of some stuff online. The reason I had woken up was because I had a really weird dream. Not like a nightmare, but a dream. And I actually shared it on Twitter, but I can give a little more context here. In the dream, me and Dan were walking through some sort of like campsite or something. Like there was a bunch of different tents and things like that, but there wasn't anyone around. Dan was walking in front of me, and as we're walking, out from one of the tents emerges like this really big German Shepherd. And Dan kind of froze up, and I was like, it's fine. It's just a dog. Just, ignore it. Let's just keep moving forward. And he goes, okay. And like no sooner had I said that, then a bear like comes out of the tent, the same tent behind the German Shepherd. And Dan is like, and I go, okay, that is a bear. And that was all I tweeted, but there's a little more to the story where the bear comes out, and I told Dan, I was like, just don't look at the bear, just kind of like keep moving forward. And the bear, it was like not a full-size bear, but not like a cub. It was some sort of like teenage bear. And it was just kind of like, and it was like standing up on its hind. And I was like, just keep moving, Dan. Just act like that bear's not there. So we're like walking past this bear, and we turn the corner, and Mao is there. And we're walking up to Mao, and Mao's like, there's a bear. And I was like, just ignore the bear. So then we're all kind of like, and then I think at one point there was a second bear. Anyway, right after that I woke up, and it wasn't like scary in the dream. It wasn't a nightmare. It was just really weird. And I guess that's also subconsciously how I would deal with a bear, which is probably not the proper way. I think depending on what kind of bear it is, you either have to like appear larger than the bear, right, Mal, or play dead.
I think so.
It's something like that. But I wouldn't remember. It's like for brown bears you do one thing, and for black bears you do another. But I would just ignore the bear. I'd be like, hey, not right now, bear. I got places to be. Anyway, salmon for lunch, a really amazing dinner. I don't know what it is, but Mal does. Mal, is there like some sort of like spoiler hint?
You don't remember what we bought yesterday?
Oh wait, we bought a giant thing of ribs. Is it ribs?
That's the main course.
Okay, well, I don't know anything else. I mentioned the other day, but our anniversary is coming up, and it's on Monday?
Yes.
And we picked up all the groceries and stuff yesterday, and we're worried that it might go bad, so we're like, we'll just do our anniversary dinner today. So Mao has got some sort of something planned, ribs, and then also like a dessert, so...
And an appetizer.
And an appetizer. So we are eating really good today. Holy crap. Like salmon for lunch, and then ribs and dessert, and an appetizer for dinner. I'm really pumped. Man, I can't stop thinking about Dan, which is a weird thing to say, but I'll explain. After that last clip, I came in here and I worked for a while, and I just started to get real tired, and I was like, dang, I did wake up a few hours before the alarm. Or maybe it was like 90 minutes, 2 hours. It wasn't like a ton of time, but it was enough where I didn't get my full night's sleep. So I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll take a quick nap. So I took a nap for about 90 minutes, 2 hours, which is about probably what I needed. And during that time, I had a dream, and it was about Dan. Fortunately, no bears were involved this time, but in this dream, he was working on a project. And it was like a Stephen Plays video. It was a Stephen and Friends. And we all had this competition in this video for this, whatever this game was. And at the end, Dan was going to show on screen all of our names and our scores to finally show who won in this video. And like there's this music that starts to build. Because Dan, I like get the finish file from Dan. and I'm watching it at my computer, and the music starts to build, and like everything is like slowly fading in, but it's blurry, so you can't quite tell who won and who got the scores, and it's like fading in, and then it fades out, and you can't even see. And then like the music's still building, and then it starts to like fade in again, and then it fades out before you can like tell. And I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm like, what's happening? And then finally it starts to like fade in, but there's no names. And it's just the scores, and you're like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, Dan, just tell us who won the game. And then all of a sudden, the names start to come in, and then they go out, and then they come in, and then they go out, and then finally they come in to the point you can see, and just when you're like, there we go, the names start to move, and they're switching spots with other names, and you're like, who won the game? And it's like this big thing. And then finally, you know, after going through all of that, it lands on the right ones, and then the numbers start to shift, and it was like it went on forever. And I was talking to Dan in the dream at the time on the computer, and I was like, okay, Dan, if we could, I like that. You know, the video up to that point was perfect. I was like, you're gonna have to recut the ending where it just shows you who won the game. Anyway, that was what I dreamt, and then I woke up. So, I don't know why I keep dreaming about Dan. It's kind of unusual. Maybe later tonight I'll have a dream, and the bear will be back, and that would be awesome. The bear is pretty cool, man. He didn't maul us. I'd like to see more of him in the future. Anyway, when I woke up, Mao had turned off the lights, but she was in the room, and she's actually watching Emmy, who appears on Stephen and Friends pretty regularly, play Earthbound Blind. In the old timeline, I think we're still watching Dan play through Earthbound Blind. He's finished it, you know, quite some time ago. But now Emmy is playing through Earthbound Blind on her Twitch channel, Mama Zelda. So I'm not sure what exactly her schedule is, but she's doing it now. So I'll put a link to her Twitch channel in the description if you want to go over there and watch her stuff. Actually, she just said that she hit affiliate like yesterday, I think.
I think it was yesterday.
So that's a pretty big accomplishment for her. So congratulations to her. And if you want to watch someone go through Earthbound, you know, blind, then check that out. That's it's apparently one of my favorite things is to watch someone play through the game for the first time. So you can check that out if you want. It's going to be how much longer? Like a few more hours?
Yeah.
A few more hours on the rib, so I'm going to get back to work now that I've had a nice nap and a very sweet dream of Dan. Is it ready?
It's ready.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Do you think I'll be excited?
Yes.
I believe you. Okay, let's see what this dinner is. I know there's ribs involved, but I don't know what else. Oh, look, it's all fancy. You got like oh, you have a candlelight? But it's not enough light.
I mean,
with
this
just
is like more candles, but it's...
Aw, that's great. What is it? Did you make onigiri?
Yeah. Oh, I had that salmon, and I wanted to try the other rice we have that we hadn't used yet.
That's impressive, Mal.
Thank you.
I also haven't had that since Japan, so that's really cool. And then otherwise you have ribs,
Uh-huh.
and those look impressive.
And Parmesan fried Brussels sprouts.
That's what my other question was. Oh, wow.
And there's also dessert. But that's
Holy
not on the table
crap. Oh, this looks amazing.
yet. Thank you.
Dang. I'm really, really excited. I'm going to be honest, 2 onigiri with this is a lot of
Yeah.
onigiri.
It made more than I thought it would.
Do we eat this with our hands like we...
You can, or you could just slice it up.
It's really, really good. What do you think?
Mine fell apart.
I mean, mine's falling apart a little bit too,
I
but...
put one in the seasonings and the sesame seeds. I wasn't sure if you'd like that, so I did one of each.
Oh, okay. Both are good. These are really good. This is a lot of food,
It is.
but it's very delicious. All right, I'm gonna try one of these Brussels sprouts.
Those were the thing I wasn't sure on.
You aren't sure on them?
I hope they're done.
You hope they're... Oh, yeah. Also, I've never had them fried, so that is different and really good. Probably removes some of the health benefits. But as a special thing, it's nice.
My dad is super curious on what you think of those ribs.
So, are the ribs done in like a different way? Like a... Okay. They're really good.
It's Mark Weir's recipe.
Oh. So
Except I'd use a different sauce. Because
Oh.
I like the stubs.
Yeah. So this is your dad's recipe. I don't get ribs very often, but I always just adore them. And these specifically are really good. You have to tell your dad that he's a good recipe. Mal, this was awesome.
Thank you.
This was awesome, and I really, really loved it. I'm interested to see what is this.
Now,
Because I already know what I think it is.
what do you think it is?
Well, I mean, is one for you?
Mm-hmm.
Are they the same?
Yes.
Is this a dark chocolate cashew butter cup?
It is.
Wow.
And they are incredibly rich, just to warn you.
That's awesome. You made a peanut butter cup at home. I mean, without peanut butter, but, I mean, dang. Holy crap. Okay, I want
Don't
this.
break your tooth. I don't know how hard they are.
Okay.
They've been in the freezer, and then when I started cooking like 3 hours ago, I put them in the fridge. I don't know how hard they are.
Oh, wow, they're rich.
Yeah, they're very rich.
My God, they're good, though. Wow.
And there's 3 more for you.
Oh, my Lord. That chocolate. I mean, the cashew butter, too, but, like, the chocolate. It is super rich. So when did you know you wanted to make these, specifically, like cashew butter cups?
Like 3 days ago.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. You know, if I would pay attention to what we're buying at the store, probably would have been tipped off a little bit better.
When I bought the chocolate and the cashew butter.
Yeah, I'm thinking back and I'm like, I did put cashew butter into the pantry when we bought it. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I wanted that for sandwiches. Huh. Man, this is good. So after we had dinner, we cleaned up and went straight to Saturday game night. We recorded Broken Picture Phone with everybody, and it went really good. There was some really funny stuff. And now we're at the end of the evening, and we're just winding down with some grapes. And I gotta say, Mal, we have ate like kings and queens today. And that is largely thanks to you. Because of the ridiculous meal that you made. It was so good. I mean, I also had salmon for lunch, which was awesome. But, like, your meal was about 10 times, maybe 11 times better than the salmon.
Thank you.
And I think very highly of salmon, so it's pretty great. This is a good anniversary. It's not even our anniversary.
No, it's Monday.
We've celebrated multiple times. Because we celebrated by having a rice cooker, and now we celebrated by having... Technically, the rice cooker, used it to make the onigiri, and then also the delicious food. We can celebrate again on Monday, even if we don't do anything on Monday, even if we're just like, this is the day that it happened.
Finish up the peanut butter cups, all the cashew butter cups.
Oh my God, they're so good, but they are so rich. So rich. Like, I really like rich stuff too, but
If I had known it would be that sweet, I would have done smaller.
yeah, like I get about halfway through it and I'm like, I'm getting like the chocolate sweats, if that's a thing. Anyway, great day, friggin' fantastic day. High opinions of today. I will remember today. Today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?